Today, Saskatchewan is introducing legislation requiring kids under the age of 16 to have parental consent if they want to use different names or pronouns at school. This is what Premier Scott Moe had to say about Bill 137, the Parents' Bill of Rights Act.
I would say that the precipitous behind what was the policy, what will now be legislation, is being driven by parents and families and communities across Saskatchewan.
So Premier Moe brought in the legislation using the notwithstanding clause because of an injunction that was granted as a result of a challenge that our next guest was co-counsel for. Bennett Jensen is the Director of Legal at EGAL Canada. He is also the legal counsel for UR Pride Centre. He's with us in studio this morning. Welcome.
Thanks so much.
Big day today. I want to start out sort of back at the beginning. Premier Moe said he brought forward this legislation because he wanted to protect parents' rights. Which rights did he feel were being violated under the current policy?
I mean, with all due respect to the Premier, I think that is a deep misrepresentation of what the reality on the ground is. Nobody is saying that parents shouldn't be intimately involved in the lives of their children. We know that supportive parents are critical to the well-being of all children, but especially queer and gender diverse students. And we've recently completed polling that says the issue of so-called parental rights are a priority for 8% of those living in Saskatchewan. So this is just not reflective of the data.
We mentioned off the top that you are representing UR Pride. That's a nonprofit based in Regina. And they were successful in their challenge of this bill's constitutionality. So in what ways do you believe that this bill violates the Charter of Rights for those in Saskatchewan?
So what I'll clarify is that we've been successful so far in obtaining an injunction, but one of the important things to understand is that the litigation against the policy is ongoing. So what the judge decided was that he had sufficient evidence of irreparable harm, that the policy would result in irreparable harm to gender diverse students in Saskatchewan. So he ordered that the policy be suspended while he had the opportunity to adjudicate the constitutionality of the policy. So that's still ongoing. What we are arguing is that this is a violation of the Section 7 and 15 charter rights of young people, specifically their right to security of the person and their right to be free from discrimination.
Premier Scott Moe has invoked the Charter's notwithstanding clause. This was to pass the bill despite that injunction that was granted as a result of your challenge. Why the impetus to do so? Why the urgency?
I mean, I think that's the question we all have. As I said, this is a priority issue for 8% of people in Saskatchewan. There is no evidence to support there being any urgency. In fact, all of the evidence supports the fact that students will be at serious risk. We're talking about this policy resulting in a significant increase in the risk of suicide by young people. This is a particularly vulnerable group in Saskatchewan schools. And the urgency here would be, I submit, for the Premier to take action to protect these vulnerable kids rather than legislate to make them more at risk in face of a court finding that the policy the goals that he is pursuing will place them at risk.
What are your feelings as you watch this happen today?
I mean, I'm terrified. We're talking about a life or death situation for young people in Saskatchewan. I think that these lives are being they're being used for a political purpose that I don't understand in the face of serious evidence. So I'm really scared.
Bennett, thanks for being in today.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.